All right, keep coming in. Let's make some room. How's everyone doing this evening? Ah, good. Has one of my old friends from high school here, Mr. Levant. How are you? Well, how are you? Good, thank you. You dress me as mayor when you walk in here, all right? Yep, go ahead, Wendy.
Good evening. I hereby announce that pursuant to Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the notice which was sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and posted on the bulletin board in Township Hall, and filed in the Township Clerk's office on January 3rd, 2023. Mayor Lucarelli?
Here?
Mr. Impreviduto?
Here.
Mr. Bumtempo is not here this evening. Mr. Foster?
Here.
Ms. LaMountain?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Wendy. If we could have everyone rise and do the Pledge of Allegiance, and I would like to ask the boys lacrosse team to start us out.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, thank you so much. This is a wonderful turnout this evening for the boys' fifth grade lacrosse, and we have a special proclamation I would like to read to you all this evening. So, whereas this year, 2020 to 2023, the fifth grade boys lacrosse team finished their regular season with an impressive win in the Coastal Lacrosse League Championship, and whereas after ending the regular season with only one loss against Shark River, Holmdel turned things around by defeating the very same team in the semifinals of the playoffs with a score of 12-4. And whereas over the course of the season, the team had an average margin of victory of at least 5 goals, whereas Holmdel ultimately won the 2022-2023 CLL Championship with a 9-6 victory over against Wall Township, Holmdel's first championship win in their 10 years in the league. And whereas the players were led, supported, and encouraged in their endeavors and successes by coaches Kevin Buchan, Adam Artis, Jimmy Costello, Mike Winter, Mike Bernardino, and TJ Mann. Now there be it resolved by the Mayor of the Township Committee of Holmdel on this 11th day of July 2023, that congratulations be extended to the following: A.J. Ardis, Fisher Ardis, Michael Bernardino, Devario Bodner, John Bronovich, Lachlan Buchan, Tyler Carey, Luke Costa, Ryan Costello, Bradley Denton, Vincent DiNapoli, Tommy Fletcher, Ethan Levant, Sam Levant, Dante Lautenberg, TJ Mann, Jack Marciano, Max Novatiski, Thomas Palmieri, Mike Pennell, Andrew Rivera, Tayam Sharif, Jack, what is it again? Smigelski, Dominic Satil, Connor Sullivan, Marcus Sweeney, Luca Valalatis, Teddy Wall, Joey Winter, Scott Woodward, Chris, what happened?
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. What's this one again? Chris Sinakis and George Sinakis. Personally and officially, on behalf of the residents of the community of their outstanding achievements, be it further resolved that a suitably engrossed copy of this resolution be presented to the team as a small token of the esteem in which they are to be held, and be it further resolved that all best wishes be extended to all for the continued success in all of their future endeavors. Congratulations, boys. I would like to have all the boys come up for a photo with the Township Committee, and the coaches are welcome, please. And parents, You can come on up and take photos, and as much time as is needed. How many of you want to stay for the whole meeting? Oh my God. have a good meeting, guys. Have a good night, everyone. Okay, Wendy, next we have approval of minutes.
Approval of minutes for the May 9th, 2023 executive and public sessions and the May 23rd, 2023 executive and public sessions that were forwarded to the Township Committee for approval.
Could I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Move.
Second.
Wendy?
Yes, right. Mr. Foster?
Abstain from the public of May 9th, and yes on the other.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mayor Lucarelli?
Yes.
Okay, the minutes have been successfully passed. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Okay, at this time, we have the public comments on the consent agenda items only. If there's any members of the public that have any comments or questions on tonight's consent agenda items, please come forward. Please raise your hand. Okay, thank you. Seeing none, if I can have a motion on, is there any discussion by any of the members? Okay, seeing none, I'd like to have a motion to approve resolutions 2023-189 to 2023-197.
Motion.
Second.
Wendy?
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mayor Lucarelli?
Yes.
Okay, resolutions 2023-189 to 2023-197 have been successfully passed. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Now we have hearings on ordinances.
Yes. Hearing on ordinance 2023-07, which is a bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements and the acquisition of new additional or replacement equipment and machinery, new information technology equipment, new communication and signal systems, equipment and new automotive vehicles, including original apparatus and equipment in, by, and for the Township of Holmdel in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $2,835,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. This motion, after the public hearing, would be to adopt on final reading and publish in the Asbury Park Press according to law.
Thank you, Wendy. Jay, or Bill, do you have anything to add to this at this time?
Mayor, just to remind everyone that upon introduction, I had referenced the fact that this is in accordance with the capital improvement plan that was approved as part of our adopted budget. This is one of the implementing features for our capital plan for the coming year, together with some other bond ordinances and appropriations that will be made later this summer and into the fall. This covers specifically the township's road improvement program for the year, as well as the purchase of capital equipment and vehicles for the various departments.
Thank you, Jay. Do I have any members of the public at this time that would like to ask questions or comments on ordinance 2023-07? Is there any members of the committee that has any other comments or discussion? No? Okay. I think we would like to make can I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Wendy?
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mr. Improviduto?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mayor Lucarelli?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2023-07 has been successfully adopted. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Ordinance 2023-08.
Next is ordinance 2023-08, which is capital ordinance providing for improvements to Pleasant Valley and Bethany roads and appropriating $665,000 from the general capital fund. After the public hearing, the motion will be to adopt on final reading and publish in the Asbury Park Press according to law.
Yeah, thank you, Wendy, very much. Is there any members from the public that would like to speak or have any comments on ordinance 2023-08? Seeing none, is there any members from the committee that has any other further discussions? Okay, can I have a motion to approve ordinance 2023-08?
Motion.
Second.
Wendy?
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mr. Improviduto?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mayor Lucarelli?
Yes.
2023-08 has been successfully adopted. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Administrator Jay, do you have any other updates this evening that you would like to discuss?
Just one update from our last meeting, at which time I had indicated that we would be moving forward on a number of grants. Those were the subject of four of the resolutions adopted this evening, authorizing the submission of NJDOT road improvement grants, as well as a grant for bike paths improvement. At that time, last meeting, I had referenced that tonight we anticipated conducting a public hearing on the township's application to the Monmouth County Community Development Block Grant Program. However, due to an error in the publication notice, we are not able to hold that hearing tonight, and we have been scheduling, or we made arrangements to schedule a special meeting of the Township Committee, which will be held on Thursday, the 21st of this month, and that'll be at 10 a.m. here. The deadline for submitting the application is 4 o'clock that afternoon. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you for that correction. Friday, the 21st. So that's just an update from what we had previously reported.
Thank you, Jay, and I speak on behalf of all the members that we are absolutely thrilled to have that special meeting. Our CFO, Bill, is there any updates on from you.
Just one update. The tax bills have not been sent out yet. It's a holdup from both the state and the county. We have not had the certified tax rate from the state yet. And also, there's only 3 towns in the whole county that have had their tax bills certified thus far.
Thank you for those updates. You're not on here. Oh, attorney. Yeah, there it is. Yep, attorney. Is there any? I know you have a few updates, Counselor. Sorry.
I'd like to
If you
provide
have any
updates,
updates.
Mayor. Unfortunately, I don't have anything exciting to share, but I'm certainly happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. And we have no engineer this evening. So boards and committees. Committeewoman LaMountain, anything from Community Development?
Just very brief. They're conducting interviews for candidates for an open electrical inspector position.
Thank you. And you said that there were no updates from for
No
Committeeman
updates.
Bontempo's department. Thank you. Committeeman Foster, is there anything this evening?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. A couple of brief items. So the Holmdel Police Department will be hosting a DWI checkpoint on the same night, Friday, July 21st, of our special meeting. But this is actually in conjunction with the Monmouth County DWI Task Force and has nothing to do with our special meeting. The Youth Academy is fully booked with approximately 70 kids attending this year, so really good turnout for that again. It's always very well attended. The fire department is hosting their annual fund drive, now underway. We ask residents and community members to consider making a gift to support the department. And just another reminder, Saturday, August 26th, the new truck wet down from 1 to 5 p.m. over to Crawford's Corner Fire Station. Live music and food will be served. On July 5th, the fire department responded to the parkway for another motor vehicle crash with an entrapment at milepost 116.5 northbound. The occupant was pulled out of the vehicle safely before the vehicle burst into flames, thankfully. The fire was extinguished without incident. And they have received 2 more applications in the past 2 weeks, so those numbers seem to be every month getting new applicants, which is nice. And that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you for those updates, Committeeman. Deputy Mayor Improviduto.
Thank you, Mayor. From the Department of Recreation, the Senior Summer Barbecue was held. The 4th of July barbecue was held, I think, on the 6th, actually, at the Community Center. There were over 120 senior residents who attended the event. A great time was had by all, and a special thank you to Mayor Lucarelli and Committeewoman Kim LaMountain for joining in on the fun. Registration is still open for yoga in the park, which takes place at Bayonet Farm on Tuesday nights. For more information, please call the Recreation Office or visit our website. From the Board of Education, on June 29th, the Strategic Plan Task Force met for an all-day action planning session during which draft plans were completed. The goal is to share these plans with the Holmdel community in August in advance of the next school year. Also, as you may remember, we recognized the SATS School Technology Student Association team with a proclamation last month for their achievements in the New Jersey State competition. 8 members of that team went on to represent Holmdel this year in the national competition. Andy Zhao, a rising 8th grader at SAT School, received a first-place finish in the Essays on Technology event at last week's national competition, which was held in Kentucky. Congratulations to Andy and his teammates on their achievements. As with many school events, this would not have been possible without the support of the greater community, including parents and teachers. From the Holmdel Heritage Committee, Heritage Committee Chairwoman Chung Yin Cheng Lu received a completed memorandum of understanding from New Taipei City, officially recognizing Holmdel's and New Taipei City's new sister city relationship. The document was filed with the municipal clerk's office. New Taipei City has begun planning for collaborative efforts and cultural exchanges with the Township of Holmdel in the areas of education, culture, and economics, with more exciting information to come. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. I have a few updates myself. We have a wonderful evening planned. It's going to be our national night out. Holmdel Township and the Holmdel Police Department will be hosting the annual National Night Out event on Tuesday, August 1st here at Town Hall. All residents and their families are invited and encouraged to attend. National Night Out gives community members the opportunity to meet and interact with their police force in a fun and casual environment. In addition to Holmdel, National Night Out will be celebrated by 38 million Americans in 17,000 municipalities across the country. Activities will include K-9 demonstrations with a K-9 officer, Murph, games, food, face painting, tours of the police headquarters. As part of our community outreach for National Night Out, we will be accepting donations for a food drive for St. Mark's Kitchen in Keensburg. St. Mark's is grateful for your participation as their pantry is in need of these donated items. Those who make food donations will receive a ticket to dunk an officer in the dunk tank. To view the list of specific items in need, check out this month's newsletter and stay tuned for Holmdel's social media channels. We also have the purchasing office is in the process of putting together the bid packet for the 2023 road program. We're anticipating a smooth bid process, and if all goes well, our goal is to begin work on the road program by the end of August. And I just thank you, Deputy Mayor, for mentioning I did attend the 4th of July barbecue lunch at the for the Half Century Club at the Senior Center, and it was my first time I've ever attended, and it was really nice. I enjoyed interacting with the community members. The food was excellent, and it was run very well by Bob Ward and his staff in the Recreation Department, so I'd like to thank them for all their hard work. And at that moment, at this time, oh, and I was with Committee Woman LaMountain came too, so that was really nice. And that's all I have. So at that time, I'd like to end this part of the meeting and open up for public comments. And Wendy, take it away. And Mr. Blumenthal has the first go at it.
In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, this is a public comment period for public comment on any governmental issue of public concern. In accordance with Resolution 2022-17, public commenters are asked to raise their hand and wait to be recognized by the mayor before coming forward and making public comments. Commenters are asked to state their full name and address before commenting. Public commenters are limited to one comment, not to exceed 3 minutes. Comments should be directed to the mayor and the township committee. If appropriate, the mayor may direct and recognize a staff employee or professional to respond to comments either at this meeting or in writing after this meeting.
Good evening, Ralph Blumenthal, 41 Stony Brook Road. Speaking on behalf of the coalition, which has been urging you to take action with regard to Crawford Hill and the Horn, that is Sealu, Fovos, and Preserve Holmdel. And just an update, 3 months ago now, we presented to you the online petition and told you about the status of it was. We left it on to see if we could get more signatures, and we have. We're now approaching 1,000 signatures. I'm sorry, 10,000. 10,000. 1,500 from Holmdel residents, 4,600 from New Jersey residents, and in the last couple of months, we got one from South Dakota. So now I can say we have people from all 50 states, as well as Washington, D.C., and several of the territories, Guam, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and 74 countries. We hope to continue to work together with you to preserve the property as a public park with public access. Related to that, I know you took the steps a few weeks ago with regard to initiating the eminent domain process and authorized the obtaining of an appraisal. My understanding, I've heard that you, in fact, have had the appraisal. Referring back to that evening when I asked what the steps were, my recollection, correct me if I'm wrong, is that once the appraisal is obtained, then it would be appropriate for this body to adopt a resolution authorizing negotiations based on that appraisal. And or what are the anticipated next steps? Where are we at? I have one other item to comment on.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and finish up? I got you.
Okay, related but independent, this Saturday, the 15th, the Shore Athletic Club, also known as Shore AC, is sponsoring the Big Bang Mile and Science Festival at Bell Works. In the morning, they're blocking off the ring road at the back of the building for a series of 1 mile races starting at 8:30 and running till about 11:30, various age groups, male, female, and the like. And I talked yesterday with the organizer who's leading that effort, and they anticipate, and it's the course has been measured, it's certified, and all of that, because he anticipates there are 5 women who are potentially seeking to run national records. So, I mean, this is an event that part of it they did last year as well. They had over 200 participants. If you're interested, take a look at their website. It's shoreac.org. All the information is on how to register and what to do if you're interested in trying a race for a mile. That's beyond me at this point in time. Also, as part of that event, in the afternoon is a science festival. They're going to have talks about the Big Bang, on fusion energy, a professor from Princeton. There are going to be some booths and other things going on. Silu and Fohos are going to be participating, and everyone is welcome. Admission to the whole event is free, and it sounds like it's going to be a fun and interesting day.
Thank you, Mr. Blumenthal. Where exactly will that be held inside the building?
It's not in the building. It's outside the building.
Even in the afternoon that you were just discussing?
Yes.
Okay.
If
Okay.
Everything's outside. If you go in from Roberts Road, that access road is Wilson Boulevard. Go straight ahead, you come to the ring road. The parking lot ahead to the right is where the registration is and where the science festival is going to be. And from there on is past the golf place is where it's going to be blocked off, so it's an out and back.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you for that update. And I'll let Mr. Collins comment on or respond on your first thing.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. On the appraisal issue, as you and the public are aware, at the last meeting, the Township Committee formally authorized its real estate appraiser to begin formally completing an appraisal of the subject property. I have a feeling the comment may have emanated from an OPRA request that was filed asking for a copy of the appraisal, which was denied. To provide a thorough response, we indicated that draft documents had been exchanged between the real estate appraiser and myself, but those are subject to attorney-client privilege as well as advisory consultative deliberative privilege, since they are draft documents, and an appraisal, in fact, can't be completed unless and until the appraiser has access to the property in accordance with the Eminent Domain Act to complete a full appraisal. So there's no way for a full appraisal to have been completed at this point. We're currently going through that process, and to answer your follow-up question about the remaining process, after an appraisal is obtained, the Township Committee will certainly review that, and if the Township Committee elects to proceed with the eminent domain, I think I outlined this at the previous meeting. It's the same process that I spoke to then. The first step would be good faith, bona fide negotiations with the property owner, which are required. If those negotiations don't yield a resolution, the governing body then has the ability to formally authorize eminent domain proceedings, and those commence with the governing body action and a filing in Superior Court.
So, just to clarify what you just said, the initiating, once you have a complete appraisal, and obviously if there hasn't been access to the property, is there a requirement for a resolution authorizing the next step of the negotiations, or does that happen just?
Yes, the only thing that's been authorized to date is having the real estate appraiser conduct the appraisal, and obviously the committee wants to review that before determining what actions it might take in the future. But like I said,
And that would be a public resolution.
absolutely, yes, yeah. Any further actions on the eminent domain will certainly be in public, either by resolution or ordinance, depending upon what the law mandates.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I think we're hoping to have that done this month, correct?
Yes, certainly the committee is moving, with all deliberate speed, and has asked its appraiser to, work on this expeditiously. And once the appraisal's back, I know the committee is looking to meet as soon as possible. And if there's any need for a special meeting, we'll certainly advise the public as required.
Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that would like to speak this evening? Please raise your hand or come forward. Okay, thank you. Is there any other comment from the board? Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I have a motion to close the meeting?
Move.
All in favor?